This is the story of Violet Jessop, who survived 3 of the most catastrophic ship disasters of the 20th century, including RMS Titanic. Violet Jessop, born on October 2, 1887, Argentina. When Jessop was 16 years old, her father died, and her family moved to England. At age 21, she applied to be a stewardess. Her first stewardess position was with the Royal Mail line aboard the Orinoco in 1908. In 1911, Jessop started working as a stewardess for the White Star vessel RMS Olympic. Olympic was a luxury ship, which was the largest civilian liner at that time. Jessop was on board on September 20, 1911, when Olympic left from Southampton and collided with the British warship HMS Hawke. There were no fatalities, and despite damage, the ship was able to make it back to port without sinking. Jessop chose not to discuss this accident in her memoirs. Jessop boarded RMS Titanic as a stewardess on April 10, 1912, at age 24. 4 days later, on April 14, it hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic, where Titanic sank a little more than 2 hours after the impact. Jessop described in her memoirs how she was ordered up on deck, because she was to function as an example of how to behave for the non-English speakers who could not follow the instructions given to them. She watched as the crew loaded the lifeboats. She was later ordered into lifeboat 16. And as the boat was being lowered, one of Titanic's officers gave her a baby to look after. The next morning, Jessop and the rest of the survivors were rescued by the RMS Carpathia. During the First World War, Jessop served as a stewardess for the British Red Cross. On the morning of November 21, 1916, she was on board HMHS Britannic, a White Star liner that had been converted into a hospital ship, when it sank in the Aegean Sea due to a mysterious explosion. Britannic sank within 55 minutes, killing 30 out of the 1,066 people on board. British authorities theorized that the ship was either struck by a torpedo or hit a mine planted by German forces. While Britannic was sinking, Jessop and other passengers were nearly killed by the boat's propellers that were sucking lifeboats under the stern. Jessop had to jump out of her lifeboat, resulting in a shocking head injury which she survived. Jessop returned to work for the White Star Line in 1920.